was defeated. For a time it seemed we would know peace. But it was not to be. For Diablo's essence lingers in the Black Soul Stone. I cannot destroy the stone, nor allow its evil to remain within the heavens. And so it must be hidden, even from the angels. I pray that it will be enough. You have done well, Horadrim. Your service here is finished. And you should all run. Malthael. Why? The Nephilim will stop you. No one can stop death.
The rumors are everywhere. Angels stalk the city of Westmarch, killing everyone, strong and weak, noble and commoner alike. I do not know what these angels want, and I do not care. These Reapers think that no one can stand against them. I will show them the error of their beliefs, and remind them that they should fear me.
And into the final act.
The Nephilim. Tyrael sent me to find you. Malthael has taken the Black Soul Stone. You must come with me.
I think not. People are dying down there. They need my help.
But you and Tyrael need to form a plan. We must find Malthael.
Tell Tyrael I will meet him in Westmarch. Go!
It will be done. I swear it.
We're going to die! She's coming to kill us all!
No! The gates! Those gates are bound by... This carnage must end. I have to find a way into the city.
Stop! Don't go out into the streets!
Let's see. Let's sell this one. Ooh, I'm starting to get flawless. Oh yes, and I have that for you. And I haven't changed that back. And I changed it to the wrong one. I'm so great at this game. Oh, I guess that's not part of the game. And you can get some extra into there too.
And just as the stench from the last sewer had finally faded.
It's the end of the world. So many have been killed and the Reapers are everywhere.
But are there any survivors?
General Torian was defending a group of refugees at the old Zakharoon Cathedral, but they're likely all dead by now.
Wait! You're the wizard who saved Bastion's Keep. You'll save us too, won't you?
Of course. It's what I do.
Okay.
Keep moving. I think we lost her. No, no!
Those with demon blood must die.
Demon blood? They were just innocent people. I am unstoppable.
Defend the church! Repel these vile Reapers!
Look, just over there. I never imagined such a creature. You never cease to impress me.
Ah, we found you.
Tyrael.
Tyrael, why is Malthael so intent on destroying this city?
Because he feeds on death. Every time his Reapers kill, he grows stronger. And with the prime evil gone, Malthael believes this is the perfect time to end the eternal conflict.
Humanity has nothing to do with that war.
Though we are descended from angels as well as demons, Malthael is so short-sighted, he can only see our demonic heritage.
The church! All the refugees are inside! Follow me! Akarat's bane! This is worse than I feared.
What are these things?
A Death Maiden! Stop her!
Nephilim, your soul will be mine.
I was just making sure there wasn't any call-outs.
We must do everything in our power to slow the Nephilim down, so that the collection of souls is not interrupted. It is the key to Malthael's victory.
Just tell me where to find Malthael, and I'll put an end to this carnage.
I know only that he is not in Westmarch. He could have taken the Black Soul Stone anywhere in creation.
But why does he want the stone? Is there any way to find out?
There may be. A sliver broke off when Malthael took the Soul Stone. Perhaps by studying that sliver, I can learn his plans.
You'd best get started on figuring it out. If you need me, I'll be saving the city.
We're going to be seeing a lot of Laura. Well, at least at the beginning. Obviously, I don't know anything more than what was in the open beta weekends. But there was definitely Laura at the beginning of Diablo 4.
What brings the Herodrim back now?
Tyrael rebuilt the Order to help him take the Soul Stone from heaven, and to protect mankind. After all, you can't be everywhere at once, no matter how powerful you are.
Well, perhaps someday I will solve that problem.
Malthael, my brother. He was wisdom, leader of our council, first among angels. And now, he has become this.
What could have changed him so?
After the destruction of the World Stone, Malthael's mood darkened, and he left the heavens frequently. Then he disappeared completely. He must have developed a connection, no, an obsession with human souls.
Frankly, I don't really care. Death is meant to free our souls, not devour them. How can studying the sliver of the Black Soul Stone reveal Malthael's plans to you?
The sliver is still connected to the Soul Stone. As the stone changes, the sliver will change too. Therefore, I can observe what Malthael is doing to the stone, and if we're lucky, even discover his plan.
Creepy.
At long last, a hero comes to save us. That won't bring my wife back, though, will it?
My library isn't far from here. I was closing everything up for the day when I heard the fighting in the streets. I barred the doors and then squeezed through the back window to escape. But I'll have to come up with something more exciting when I write my official account, won't I?
Westmarch originally grew from the efforts of the great General Rakis to spread his religion beyond the realms of the East. Seized by the superstitions of the Zakharum faith, he drove his paladins relentlessly across the barbaric western lands, subduing the uncivilized tribes he found there. Ultimately, he became king of them all.
You've heard the legend of the Tomb of Rakis, haven't you? Its location has never been found. Most scholars think it's underneath Westmarch, but I suspect it's somewhere outside the city. Rakis was a clever man, after all.
Duncraig is just death and horror. I thought I'd be safe here, but we've nowhere left to hide.
Why would the angels do this to us?
What are are you saying? This is obviously a demon's work.
What's that noise?
Is there anything on your mind, Hadric?
Do you think Cardium is under attack as well?
I would think so. Quite sad, after all we did there.
At least they have the Iron Wolves. Lord of Lies could not break them, and the Angel of Death will not either.
I should see if you have things to say.
It is good to see you again, though it seems like we are only brought together in the worst of circumstances. But I suppose if times were better, we would never have met.
And I have things to, well, oh, neither of those had intellect on them, so.
I know who is responsible for this. It's the poor. They've summoned these monstrosities to take Westmarch for themselves.
I can't believe we're still alive, and it's all thanks to you. I thought we would die in that foul-smelling place.
What's bothering you, Cormac? You're not your usual joyful self today.
For too long have I lived with the knowledge that my order tortures its initiates and twists their minds. I need to know how high this evil reaches. If my whole order is corrupt, what does it mean to be a Templar? What am I?
A great man, who lived his life adhering to a code he believed to be true.
But it wasn't, was it? The guilty will answer for their transgressions. I swear it.
Well, the world's under attack and people are dying everywhere. It must be time for us to go on another adventure, right?
Indeed it is.
Did you grab the jewelry at least?
Harold, those monsters were about to kill us.
Well, I would rather be dead than poor.
I found him in the streets. He seemed in a daze, so I brought him here with me, but he's hardly said anything. He's nobility of some sort, but I don't recognize the seal on his ring.
The flames!
The flames? Well, he was covered in soot. Perhaps he escaped from a fire. He never says more than a word or two at a time.
You ask, who's to blame for this doom? All of Westmarch, reveling in sin, worshipping petty idols. The Zakarum are gone, and the order of Malthael now rises. Praise Malthael, and your souls may yet be saved. He spares only the faithful. Donate to the order, and prove your conviction.
Did you know there were once two moons? Lyria is the one that is no more. I think it's time I told you the whole story of Zai and his master, the god of desire, Dirgist.
Of course. I'd love to hear your version of that story. I'm certain it will be amusing.
Well, it's not amusing. Dirge's jewel has appeared again, and the time for secrets is over.
No more secrets? Then tell me if you are a god.
have you been eating enough? I've noticed this about you. When things get difficult, you get very focused. Maybe I'll cook for you. Though, if it's all the same, we'd probably both be happier if I didn't.
Okay, did I actually get both of, or all of the points?
For a moment, I heard one of my sister's voices, but I could not make out the words.
Perhaps it is an echo of the magic the prophet used to put you and your sisters to sleep.
My sisters are gone now, and I am the last memory of a world long since forgotten.
You do not know how your sisters died, or how the prophet's magic failed.
Okay. Oh, no, there's stuff on this side.
We stayed to fight, Robert and me, but he fell. And when they started to tear into him, I panicked. I ran.
I am certain you would have died too had you stayed.
I can't do this anymore.
Someone came for me. After all this time.
My friend Hadrid couldn't take your wailing any longer.
Bloody miracle! Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I owe you both.
Nonsense. Let's get you to safety.
Remember that noise I heard? It was that lad you rescued.
I'm Bryson. I came here to see your friend.
And now he won't go away.
You saved his life. Doesn't that make you responsible for him?
No, I'm responsible for myself. Though I have decided to repay Hadrig by helping him.
And I told you to stay away from my forge.
I grew up over by the docks. Not the good part of town, but it's what my parents could afford. They died when the plague swept through a few years ago, within hours of each other, like they had to stay together. I used to hate them for leaving me, but now, it's a relief they didn't have to see all this happen.
And now I can continue on.
General Torian, that Death Maiden in the cathedral was using an arcane magic unfamiliar to me. Do you know what she was doing?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures. A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul Crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
Not for long. He will soon find himself without his unending army, once I destroy these crucibles. The Soul Crucibles turn the dead into reapers?
Sadly, yes.
Including the Death Maidens?
Their story is as tragic as Malthael's. Once the vanguard of his wisdom angels, they followed him down the path to darkness.
After years of my pleading, the Angiris Council has finally agreed to send me in search of Malthael. I will not fail in this, as my master's presence is sorely needed in the high heavens. Owing to Malthael's growing fascination with the humans, Tyrael has suggested I begin my search on Sanctuary.
Not ready yet. more time.
I see one arrow.
We taught them a lesson. That is a powerful foe over there.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Okay,
If my
is
old
this
masters
turn?
could see me now.
Does not look like it. Oh, it does turn there.
Rise! Your souls belong to me.
Let's see if I can actually get there from here, though. Does look like it. Oh, nope, it ends right there. Right over there.
Still waiting.
Oh, that continued down that way.
Not ready yet.
So upset that it didn't just turn there. That I figured it had to be all the way back here. Whoopsie. Not even like you. There's much experience to get done. The streets here.
Need more time. Not ready yet. Your grave awaits!
I did not find Malthael on Sanctuary, but I did find humans. Far too many of them. They murder and cheat one another while allowing their brothers to starve. If their true power is ever released, we are all doomed. They have a choice between good and evil, and they overwhelmingly choose evil.
That Death Maiden controls the Soul Crucible. Time for her to die.
You have called the darkness down upon yourself, more.
Thank you. I knew you would arrive in time to save me.
How could you know that?
I am Miriam Jazia, a seer of the Vetchin people. I foresaw our meeting, but I did not see this horror. I have come to help you. There is one crucible left, and if you destroy that, the maidens will not be able to create more. There is no time to waste. We must be on our way now. Malthael, he's watching you.
I grew disgusted by humanity during my time on Sanctuary. When at last I found Malthael, I was not surprised to learn that he felt the same way. We will cleanse creation of the scourge that is humankind, and when we are finished, the tragic mistake of Anarius, will be gone.
You should cease following me and get to the Survivors' Enclave before you're killed.
Nonsense. You'll protect me. And after experiencing what those things do to people, let's just say I need to see you destroy the final crucible with my own eyes if I am ever to sleep again.
A wandering hero! Just in time to protect me as I grab these last trinkets. We'll split it, eh? This looks promising. Keep watch. If I get eaten, I blame you. Ah, nothing. Ah, nothing. Oh no, I'm dead. This is the one. I can feel it.
Kind of reminds me of Yukon Cornelius from Rudolph.
Thanks for keeping me alive. Here's your share. I'm off to find the nearest abandoned tavern.
I see you have much guilt over Leah's fate.
So you know of Leah, do you?
I see the past as well as the future. You must not let it consume you.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be fine once I kill Adria.
That wasn't too painful.
You are such the artist when it comes to dispatching Death's minions. Don't mind me. I'll just be waiting over here.
A little dramatic.
What was that?
That would be Urzael.
And just who is this Urzael?
Urzael is the angel who commands Malthael's forces in this city. I think you made him angry.
Good. Let's get to the Enclave. I need to see if Tyrael has made any progress. I need to go back.
My mother warned me about the poor. They want my wealth, but they don't want to work for it. And now they've created an army of death creatures. Well, when I'm king, I'll just show them.
I heard Tyrael is an angel. Why isn't he helping Malthael?
Well, who said he isn't? Oh, I can't believe it. My best hammer's gone missing. It couldn't have walked off on its own now, could it, lad?
One of the men needed a hammer. He promised to return it.
Fool boy! I'll never see it again!
I'm sorry, Hadrig.
Get out of my sight.
I don't feel like talking right now.
Okay, what'd I get? Couple Templar relics. Yeah, that, but that isn't better than the 10% fire damage. It's a bit of life, but I guess a cooldown. Why isn't that working? Okay, would lose 2% movement speed. And I think I'll keep my better movement speed.
Thank you.
I'm still gonna keep it the cooldown.
You're too kind.
We're not going to die, are we? Tell me we're not going to die. I don't want to lose my soul!
We need to get out of here. Hide in the bog, anywhere. As long as it's away from the cities.
He's been agitated ever since he mentioned the woman. Who was she? Did she start the fire?
Looking for something. Something hidden.
I don't know what to do. He's getting worse. I fear he will not live much longer.
You are a quiet sort, Serena. Sneak back home and fetch some of our savings.
But the streets are crawling with those horrid creatures.
That's precisely why you must go, dearest. Nobody notices you.
Those who perished without embracing Malthael are eternally damned. But I can commune with our Lord, asking him to grant them a reprieve. Only a simple payment is required.
Bless my poor husband, please!
You must save my children.
Please, my friends, one at a time. Bring your offerings to the stand, and I will grant your loved ones this blessing.
What's wrong, Cormac? You look even worse than usual.
Of course I do. My city's on the verge of destruction.
Oh, is that all?
What else would it be?
Now, there's something to ponder. There's no easy way to say this, but I have to leave, and I won't be returning.
Very funny.
I'm serious. My brother's imprisoned in Kingsport with no way to defend himself, and I must free him.
I understand your concern, but you will die long before you reach Kingsport if Westmarch falls.
All right, I'll stay for as long as I can, but only because I know how much you need me. It's time for me to go. My brother will die in the Kingsport dungeons if I don't act now.
A Kingsport prisoner, you say? Those poor devils were all transported to our cells in Westmarch last week. But we haven't heard from the garrison since the attack started.
Edlin, I have to find him. Will you help me, my friend?
Okay, let's go look for Lyndon's brother.
Right then, this is where they're holding Edlin. Let me do the talking.
Looking for your brother, Lyndon?
Wait, this is not right.
Damn it all! The Thieves Guild always finds who it's looking for.
The Thieves Guild infiltrated the entire dungeon?
No one you did to Nigel. Edmund! He's...
I am sorry, my friend.
I never should have joined the guild. He told me, but I wouldn't listen.
You bear no responsibility for his death, Lyndon. He was killed before we reached Westmarch.
That dagger looks very familiar.
Take it with you, but be quick about it. It is time to leave.
Lyndon, I grieve for you.
This isn't your fault, Lyndon. You must not blame yourself.
What do you want me to say? That I wish he'd never known me? That I wish he'd had a brother who didn't fail him?
You need to let go of your grief. It will do nothing but prey on your mind.
And I suppose the mightiest hero in all the land knows just how to help, eh? No. No, this is something you can't understand.
Okay, let me see. I don't think that quite there. Yeah, that's 56. I think this is 50. Okay, that's 55. And this is 54. Yeah. So staying with what I've been using for a very long time now. Let me get my stuff destroyed before I go on to talking to Cormac. And guess I'll talk to Emma.
Is this truly the work of angels? I don't understand. How could they?
Sadly, it's true. One of the angels has gone mad. I am going to put him and his followers down like the dogs they are.
Good.
Okay, my mystic is max rank.
I have heard that the Grand Maester himself is in Westmarch. It is imperative that I find and speak to him. I will tell him of the sins his order is committing.
He leads your order. He is likely the most corrupt of them all.
No, you are wrong. My first memories of being a Templar are of him comforting me, welcoming me to the Brotherhood. I looked into his eyes. He is a good man, I tell you. Today is the day I find out how deep the Order's corruption runs.
They must answer for what they have done to you and your brothers, Cormac.
I will do it, even if it means going against my entire Order. I could use a good friend by my side.
I will be right here by your side.
This is one of our strongholds. I will have my answers soon.
I suggest you brace yourself for the worst. This could get violent, quickly.
Especially with me destroying things in their fort.
Cormac! Everyone says you helped slay Azmodan and Belial. They're calling you the greatest of all the Templar.
It's good to see you as well, brother. But I come with troubling news about the Order. I must speak with the Grand Maester.
You're in luck. He's here. Standing orders are to send you to him upon your return. Take this, the Grand Maester's new proclamation.
You've done us all proud.
This proclamation from the Maester, it's damning. He admits his own guilt. How could I have not seen this?
The day of reckoning is at hand. We will rise from the ashes of Westmarch and lead mankind into the light. We shall have recruits by the thousands. Every citizen will be another Templar added to the cause. Once cleansed by the Inquisitors, they will become an unstoppable force.
nothing to do with John Dar's corruption, Cormac. You're a hero. Our time has finally come, and we owe it all to you.
Bring me that whip. It is time to purify this initiate.
Stop! How can you do this to your fellow Templar?
We bless them with the truth, as we did for you, Cormac. But if the greatest of all Templar wishes them freed, it shall be so. We've been ordered to take you to the Grand Maester as soon as possible. Follow me.
Cormac, the shining example of a true Templar. We have much to talk about.
Yes, we do, Grand Maester. You have betrayed us all, starting with the torment of our initiation.
It was brutal but necessary. I did the hard things no one else would, for the ascension of humanity. I carry the weight of my actions with me always. Are you ready to make a similar sacrifice, Cormac? Will you stand with me and become Meister in due time? I need you.
But... No! Your power has driven you to madness if you think I would help you rule over mankind!
This saddens me greatly, my son. I am sorry. Kill him. Man is a flawed being. Time and again we have seen good men give in to temptation. Though it is painful, I have found only one answer. We must cleanse the minds of our recruits, so they will never fall prey to the corruption of the demons, or the blind self-righteousness of the angels.
What do you believe will happen when you die?
I intend never to die. What do you believe?
I think it will be like going to sleep once again. But this time, I will not awaken.
You brought this on yourself, Cormac.
I dedicated my life to a lie. Everything I thought I knew, it was all in the service of a madman. I swear that every Templar I meet will be freed from the lies of the Order. And if they refuse, I will be forced to convince them.
They will believe you. I know it.
This was definitely an area if you needed white mats, people would come to farm.
Magnificent.
I didn't really think it was worth it for having to go through the whole story to get there, when you could just go to the battlefields. But it was definitely a thing. And a lot of people would do the story anyway to get the Enchantress's area for peoples.
The Grand Maester, behind the Order's corruption. Deep down, I think I always knew. Perhaps that's why I never felt worthy of the Order, as if I was not a true Templar.
You were more of a Templar than any of those corrupt fools. They never reached your heart, my friend. But now that you know the truth, what will you do?
I believe in you and your quest. This world must be saved, regardless of the corruption of the Templar.
Okay, I'm actually going to hire him.
Lead the way to glory.
You probably have really crap stuff, but here you can have a better weapon. And I guess this will be some life.
This will help.
Could it be that the Prophet abandoned us? Why else would his magic fail to protect us while we slept?
We can't answer those questions, but his magic did succeed in keeping you safe.
But my sisters died. Why them and not me?
Fate likes to toy with us. Perhaps you lived for some special reason, but it could just as easily have been luck.
I cannot believe that. There was a reason, and I will find it. When I left my sister Lysa, I took her magic focus as a reminder. I scryed it today to see if it held any clues, and I found strong traces of the demonic magic that killed her. It reminded me of the Viserys magic from before we served the Prophet.
Those mages are long dead. Any thirst they had for revenge died with them.
When I cast the magic upon her focus, I heard her voice again, and this time, I understood. She said one word. Irena.
Oh, you're not actually ready? Okay, back to you then.
Stand together against the shadows.
And now I hear those Reapers are taking people's souls? This is madness!
Why fight so hard? Thousands are dead. What do another dozen matter?
If you hadn't come along when you did, I don't know what might have happened.
It was the least I could do. Anyone would have done the same.
But you didn't have to help. You could have run right by.
After Corellan's death, the crown passed to Justinian I, through a somewhat convoluted interpretation of Zakharum's scripture. Thus began the Justinian dynasty. Seen as usurpers by many, the Justinians suffered nearly constant challenges to their rule. Finally, during the reign of Justinian III, a full-fledged insurrection broke out in the outlying region of Carthage.
Can I ask you about Deckard Cain?
He was a wise man, a great scholar. He didn't deserve to die the way he did. If he had lived, who knows how events would have unfolded. Everything would be different.
Could one man make such a difference?
I'd prefer not to speak of this any longer. I have a city to save.
Tyrael told me of your actions. You killed Diablo himself.
Yes, I did. It was my destiny. I was fulfilling a prophecy written long before I was born.
I don't know that the world will ever understand what it took to face such pure evil.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps I'll write about my adventures one day.
My father was the commander of the Knights of Westmarch. He assumed I would become a soldier, just like him.
You did not want to be a soldier?
I grew up on stories of the fearless Horadrim, Tal Rasha, Jared Kane. That was what I wanted to be. My father thought it was all myth. Wasn't he surprised when I actually became one of them?
How have you held out so long against the Reaper's onslaught?
It has been a brutal task. A lot of good men sacrificed themselves to save us. But even that wasn't enough. If you hadn't shown up when you did, we might already be dead.
Why haven't the other cities of Westmarch sent reinforcements? Bramwell? Kingsport? What are they waiting for?
Have you not heard? Cities everywhere are under attack. No place is safe.
Yes, Malvale strikes all across Sanctuary.
I did not know. That is disturbing.